Joining me now from the World Ag Expo, Congressman Devin Nunes, Ranking Member of the House Intel Committee, Byron York, Chief Political Correspondent for the Washington Examiner, Fox News contributor. Congressman, any indication when your committee could get its hands on this report?
My guess is it's probably going to be next week at some point. You know, we have no idea what's in there, of course, but I think what you're seeing tonight, Laura, is the unraveling of the biggest scandal in American history, the biggest political scandal in American history. I really believe what that is. I listened a little bit ago to what you were saying about the history of this, and I think people need to remember this actually likely dates back to late 2015, early 2016, and this began nothing more, nothing less than a Clinton-Obama operation with a bunch of dirty cops at the FBI and career Justice Department officials that were all part of it.
And Carter Page got wrapped up in this. He's, hundreds of thousands of dollars of legal bills. Roger Stone could go away for the rest of his life. Obviously Manafort and everything he went through. Most of this stuff has nothing to do with what the underlying accusation was. Byron, you wrote a fantastic piece. I don't know how you dash it off so fast, so jealous of you, tonight about the things we need to learn from what happened, who got things really badly wrong, why it's important to note that.
Well, first of all, it is important to say we don't know what's in the report itself, but there are a lot of things that we actually do know now, and they affect some of the things that we heard about most in the last 2 years. The first thing that is not in the Mueller investigation is he did not charge anyone in the Trump campaign or associates with conspiring with Russia to fix the 2016 election. Did not happen. No charges about that. He didn't indict some of the people who'd been widely speculated that they would be indicted, Donald Trump Jr. and Jared Kushner.
How many times did we hear about the Trump Tower meeting?
Hours.
I mean,
hours
I mean,
of that.
and they emoting about, who called the unknown phone number? Oh my God, it was his at the time. But we knew it was. I knew it was ridiculous. But they were so invested in this story, Byron. The money they made off this story. There's a lot of money they made off pushing this story.
The Senate Judiciary Committee actually released transcripts of interviews with 5 of the people in that meeting. Not many people read it. He did not subpoena the president. Remember how much we talked about that? And also, for his part, Trump did not interfere with the investigation. Bill Barr actually said that in his letter. And finally, he did not fire
Mueller.
How many times did we talk about that?
Yeah, he was going to fire Mueller. He was going to interfere with the investigation. Congressman Nunes. I mean, it was a parade of horribles that Donald Trump was going to shut it all down, and it was all going to be blown up, and the American justice system would never be the same again. But earlier tonight, your counterpart on the Intel chair, Adam Schiff, threatened to subpoena Mueller. Watch.
I would first argue that the department cannot adopt a double standard and should cooperate willingly. But if it doesn't, we will have to subpoena the evidence. We will have to subpoena Mueller or others to come before the Congress and answer questions, because if there is evidence of a compromise, whether it arises level of criminal conduct or not, it needs to be exposed.
And moments ago, Congressman Eric Swalwell just committed to subpoenaing Mueller as well. Look, is that necessary? There's also talk tonight of subpoenaing the FBI's notes that were submitted to Mueller. Congressman Nunes, they don't want to let this go. If it's not, the report doesn't deliver what they want, they don't want to let it go.
So look, there's some reasons that I'd like to talk to Robert Mueller too, not the same things that Adam Schiff and Swalwell want to talk about. But here's the problem. He was supposed to, as Mueller was conducting this operation, this investigation, as he built that investigation out, and when he found things that it didn't directly do with the scope memo, what he was supposed to be investigating with, he sent those off, right? So he busted people like Michael Cohen, Trump's attorney. That's a good example. Well, wait a second. You were looking at intel. You were looking at leaks of classified information like Michael Flynn, General Flynn's conversation with the Russian ambassador that leaked out all over the place. There was no criminal referral there, all right, that was made public. There's other examples. You guys were just talking about the Trump Tower meeting. The Trump Tower meeting was an obvious setup where you had Fusion GPS, the Clinton campaign operative machine, that was involved in that entire setup. There's numerous examples like this, so I don't think people should forget this. This is a scandal. We are only really at the beginning of unraveling
I agree.
all the dirty cops that were involved in this.
I I completely agree. It was, I loved our first panel, but they were doing the kind of the legalistic, it's great the system worked, the integrity of the system is intact. The integrity of the way the FBI was operating, well, that's a shambles, and nobody has gone to jail for it or been disbarred, as far as I can tell.
So much we need to find out. Remember, we found out that the assignment to Mueller, here's your assignment from Rod Rosenstein, that was just for show, and he gave him a real assignment on August 2nd of 2017, and that's been a secret. We don't even know what his assignment was. Hopefully we'll find out.
John Meacham, who's an esteemed historian, got caught up in all of this. I want to play this soundbite real quick.
If, in fact, and it's a subjunctive, if, in fact, Donald Trump knew about the Russian efforts on his behalf, then there's a live question about whether he gave aid and he has been giving aid and comfort to the enemy, which is the definition of treason in the Constitution.
Oh, my God.
Using the word if, Congressman Nunes, does that kind of soften the blow of having a Pulitzer Prize winning?
I mean, we can name numerous media people, historians. I mean, they should all be embarrassed of themselves. These people have poisoned the minds of millions and millions of Americans. We were just talking about DOJ and FBI and the integrity. I listened to your first panel. There is no integrity left over there. Hopefully, Attorney General Barr is now going to put the Department of Justice on the right path. Until the Inspector General and we get a real investigation of all of these crooks and liars that were involved in this scandal, Republicans, I guarantee you in this country, and conservatives do not trust the Department of Justice or FBI. I'm talking about the ones in Congress don't trust them.
Brennan Clapper, there's one more. Was it Brennan Clapper and no one?
The other one. I think. Listen, I think Brennan should be singled out in this, not only because he accused the president of treason, but it was given extra respect by the fact that he was the CIA director until January 20th, 2017. People assumed that there was some secret knowledge that he had that lay behind some of his accusations. Made him very damaging.
Gentlemen, thank you so much tonight.